Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance, where today I'm going to try to unlock Bethany, which is done by beating Mom's heart without losing a life as Lazarus, which can be done on any difficulty, but I'll just stick to hard. It is unfortunate that this is the requirement, as Lazarus does become quite a bit stronger when he loses his one life. He does go back to one heart. However, I would argue that the damage and speed upgrades that he gets, plus the damage he leaves on the floor, is usually worthwhile. But this time around, I will simply try not to cause any problems, and hopefully you cannot hear the loud car sound in the background. Suddenly, a very large, loud sound appeared in the background, and that is unfortunately something I have no control over. Genuinely no idea if it will be picked up on the video or not, but we will see that in the end, I suppose. For now, mostly just focusing on not taking damage. We haven't seen our item room yet, so I would like to look for that. These enemies somehow jumped around the flames and therefore didn't become their upgraded selves, so I'm happy they are joining me in solidarity and not becoming stronger than they could have been, so that's kind of nice. I think my secret room might be above the shop there, but uncertain. The basement has been rather precarious lately, so who knows what kind of secret rooms we can expect today. But provided that I remember not to die, then I will genuinely consider this run a win. What do we got? We have Aquarius, which, I mean, it kind of works out in that this would be the effect we would have had I died, so I'm somewhat happy about that, I suppose. I guess I'll also just play this machine. Nah, well, that's it actually. It's not even a machine. I could get one more coin out of it if I so desire, but I don't think I'm going to bother, unless there's just a lot of stuff here in my secret room, which allows me to heal up or something. It is 3 bombs, so the odds of me healing myself with that are fairly unlikely, but it would have been a nice change. Now apparently Aquarius also synergizes with your tears now. I am unaware what exactly that entails, but perhaps it is going to end up being rather useful. Aquarius also works pretty well against bosses like Larry Jr., as you can see, as every segment take damage, but it did sort of run into the enemy repeatedly there, so that's not great. I'm also a little hesitant to take pills, but then I got Balls of Steel, so I mean, can't really complain. So far, only positive. Not even really a negative one. I mean, what makes you larger arguably is not exactly positive, but it's not exactly negative either. It would be kind of nice if we could get 2 more coins, because then we'll be at 5 coins for the next floor, and that would mean the possibility of an arcade room. So that actually worked out, and I'm happy that I decided to do that. Hopefully we can get an arcade room, and we can sacrifice some hearts to the blood donation machine before taking a potential devil deal. And we'll have a little bit more money because of it. There could also just simply be a demon beggar as well, which would work just as well, I suppose. But for now, I'm just going to stick to the plan of trying not to take too much damage. It has been one of those days where damage is aplenty in terms of taking it, not so much in terms of dealing it so far, but hopefully we're going to get something nice today that will somehow improve the quality of our run. I believe if we manage to fight Satan one more time, then we are also going to unlock the negative, which is going to be useful for approximately half of all future runs, so that is pretty good. And don't really want to go into my shop right now due to my money. This is fine, but it's not damage, and really damage is the thing I'm looking for. I don't know if this is going... Oh, it does affect Aquarius as well, by occasionally leaving those little white spots over there, which are probably going to slow down enemies, so that's actually not bad. We are going for a full Aquarius build this run, and hopefully we can make something happen here. But all in all, I'm not expecting it to really be incredible, I suppose, since Aquarius does require the enemies to, 1, not be flying, and 2, also actually step into the water, and so far they're not really working with me. Once again, I could use that to sacrifice my health a little bit. I think my secret room might be underneath this room, judging from the shape of it. There have been some contenders for secret room locations, but this once again is the basement, so you never know. But the fact that there are several rooms next to it as well does make me a little bit more hopeful. I actually thought there was only going to be 2 rooms next to it, but the fact that there are 3 rooms adjacent to it gives me a little bit more hope that there could be a secret room there indeed. Let's just blow up those rocks. And yeah, this... I feel like all signs are currently pointing to this being the secret room, simply because all of the other rooms next to it seem to be pointing at that wall, kind of, so... That pretty much worked out. Let's just destroy all these poops as well. Arguably, I could go for the boss rush, but I'm not really. That's so nice, actually. So let's just do that. Take that evil charm. +2 luck up. I mean, that can be useful. But yeah, I'd rather go for my boss rush when I'm not trying not to die as Lazarus, because death does make him significantly more powerful, I would say. So I'd rather not bother for now. I think I will just get a couple more coins out of this. And then hopefully we can buy something at the shop as well. I will just lower this one more time because there is some hearts on this floor as well. So we have plenty of money to go around right now. I could get that golden chest as well if I so desired. And there is also still... well, that's just really nice to get immediately. There is several red hearts to pick up. I could just play the machine a little bit longer, I suppose, because there's also a red heart in my shop. There is still the curse room I'd like to visit. I'm not sure where my super secret room is right now, but with only 1 bomb to spare, I'm not sure if I'm really going to try. That is the IV bag, the active item that allows you to get effectively the same effect as using one of those machines, so that is pretty good. If we can get a devil deal, then that would be lovely. Now, this is the Haunt, and the Haunt is everyone's best friend, and everyone loves this boss a lot, including me, especially when I have very low damage. Because first of all, we have to deal with these tiny ghosts. They're not too much fun, but not the most difficult thing in the world, I say, as I take damage to one immediately. Try not to run into Haunt there, as he's just happily flying around. And now we have to dodge his attacks. He has a tear attack and a brimstone attack, and it is genuinely one of the harder basement bosses in the game, I would argue, if you do not have damage. Bombs do deal a large quantity of damage to him, so I might just knock a bomb in that direction, but the fact that the arena doesn't really allow me to go on that side of the room without taking damage doesn't really bode well, but the slowdown has been working rather nicely so far. But you can't, he does telegraph when he uses his brimstone attack, but the tears just come out immediately, and it does become rather dangerous because of it. But the fact that the slowdown has so much effect on the tears that are being shot out of him does make this a little bit more bearable at least. But genuinely, I wouldn't mind if he just used a brimstone attack and nothing else. It worked out at least. We get a damage up, the growth hormone, so that is lovely. We get a speed up. We... okay. I kind of want to get both, if I'm honest, because that right there is Whore of Babylon, which activates when you're at half a heart with this character. And that is another damage up as well, so let's just take that. And that takes our damage to 7. Our speed is really high. And I can also just do this. We get a tears up as well from that. We can grab the bombs that are in this room. And we could fly into our curse room over here as well. It would take half a heart of damage just to leave it afterwards, but I wouldn't mind risking it, I suppose. I will also take this pill, basically with the hope that it's a telepills pill. That is very unlikely, I suppose, but it hopefully will work out. 3 red chests, which curse, I don't love it on this character because of the getting hit teleporting you to a different room. That's 2 more pills right there. 1 is lemon party, so we know at least one of them is somewhat positive. That is shot speed down, and this is speed down. So all in all, not the best pills. Could have taken that lemon party pill thinking about it now. The speed down fortunately isn't as detrimental as it could have been due to the fact that we did get that speed up from the demon wings. But I am still not exactly pleased with it. I do believe we get another half a soul heart when we go to the next floor thanks to that evil charm. Whatever the item exactly is called, I'm not too certain. It did say something about half a soul heart, didn't it? Maybe I misread it. That's fine, I suppose. Little tempted by that red chest right there, though. Wouldn't mind getting that. Also wouldn't mind spectral tears for this room in particular, but it is what it is. So far, with the damage we're doing, I do feel fairly confident we can go through the caves, but I wouldn't mind a little bit more range, actually. That would really improve this run by quite a lot, because my range is really my main worry currently. Fortunately, if a lot of these enemies are just on the floor, I can use Aquarius a little bit to my advantage as well. But rooms like this, I'd love to have high range and spectral tears and not run into an enemy head first as well. Those are really the three things that I would enjoy the most. But with that 50% off, it is becoming more likely that we're just going to buy stuff. I could take the notched axe, I suppose. Because I'm not really going to get any more use out of what we have so far. And I don't know if it still opens secret rooms, but yes, it does. And that is not bad, actually, then. We'll just randomly eat this, even though it is a little dangerous. Knowing that that pill is in my pill pool is good. Plus, we got 5 coins there. Range down is exactly what I didn't want, so really that one is on me, I suppose. But if we find any tinted rocks, we can use the notched axe to destroy them. Aquarius doing a lot of work for that fight right there. Plus, I suppose it might be worthwhile to just destroy any rocks we see for the chance of a crawl space or something like that. It is a little tedious to do that though, so I probably won't bother with it too much, but if I remember, then I might do so. Plus, it gives us free access to our secret rooms as well. Plus, I believe it said that it recharges on the next floor. I'm not really too familiar with the new notched axe, if I'm honest, but hopefully it works like that. This is fine if I get another power pill or something like that. And it does seem to lose charge per rock rather than per swing, which makes sense, I suppose. But I might keep a little bit of charge on there so we can look for a super secret room without having to look for bombs, but it's good to know how that item works now. This room becomes a lot easier with flight because there's nothing. That is nice. Also won't bother with the mushrooms because there is the chance that that poisonous effect that you saw right there happens, and then I'm in trouble, so I'd rather not risk it. It will simply just deal a large quantity of damage to me, and that's not great. I am kind of actively looking for the super special rocks as well, but again, if they are there, there's such a good chance that even though I'm looking for them, I'm probably still not going to see them. And I did leave the room so I can more safely grab that last remaining coin as well, so that worked out. But I do not think we can fly over these spiky rocks without taking damage, so I guess I'll just blow up one of these. Flatworm is not bad, and Socks, which is a speed up soul hearts, and does that work against this? Nope. Okay, good. Well, at least now we know, I suppose. But this makes our tears a little wider, which is nice. Makes it a little bit easier to hit stuff. Let's see if there's a super secret room anywhere near here. I don't think it can be there. I don't think it can be here. But this room is... There we go. And that's why this item does definitely have its uses, because finding a super secret room in a place like that is going to cost you a lot of bombs otherwise, because there were a lot of options where it could be. I think I will just real quickly go to that red chest though. I would not mind that. And also the curse room as well, I think. Because could be good things in there. There is 2 more soul hearts, so it's already worthwhile. And there is a bomb, which I can hopefully blow up next to that. There's a temperance machine, which I'm not too interested in anymore since we do not have red hearts to spare. We could still get red hearts, I suppose, but I think I'd rather have the lemon party pill, as it can clear out certain rooms rather easily. Obviously not this one if it has a bunch of bats, but if it has a bunch of enemies running towards you, it can make life a little bit safer as well. So far I'd rather have that rather than the potential of being able to use those temperance machines. But that was unfortunately not worthwhile. Overall, I did end up with more soul hearts than I lost, so I'm still not too disappointed by what we got. And with that, I will simply move on to the boss right here. It is Bambino once again. There is a tinted rock. Plus, we can deal a little bit of damage with this item as well. We unfortunately broke the pickaxe there. And again, we could try and give him some coins, but we only have 10 coins available. So I don't think I'm going to bother, as I believe it is 12 coins that Bambino needs to give you an item and leave the room. And this will give us red hearts that I just talked about, but also a range... Not range, tier 8 up. Kind of was hoping for range, I suppose, and that's why I said it, but... Oh no, I just realized that I will lose my Whore of Babylon effect for that because I didn't... Oh, I got game kit for going into arcades. I didn't think about a half-heart, red heart thing, but... We do have this machine available, plus for safety's sake we can lower that to 0 red hearts as well. And make it a little bit more likely that we are not accidentally going to ruin our day by no longer having the Whore of Babylon effect active. I would, I guess, like to lose this red heart container as quickly as I can. And also I'm just going to play with this for a little bit just for the sake of that one achievement that tells you to play with this shell game a whole bunch of times. Plus if we can get Scatoli, that would be pretty good. Definitely not bad. Definitely saves the amount of time I would spend on that shell game as well, and therefore already making life a little bit more interesting because of it. So pretty happy about how that ended up. Right now, mostly concerned about accidentally picking up red hearts and the like, because that will be a rather big detriment to my damage, unfortunately. I could try to get these green enemies to shoot the walls to maybe find secret rooms that way, but again, with the axe, it is not a problem. But I am a little bit more tempted again to just blow up a bunch of rocks here and there to maybe find a crawl space somewhere in there, maybe accidentally find one of these super special rocks as well. But simultaneously, it did seem to do decent damage against the boss as well, so I might just use it specifically for that purpose. Let's go into our curse room again in case we can pickaxe out of that as well. Would be nice. Definitely not guaranteed, but might as well try, I suppose. Not the best curse room ever, but they cannot all be winners. Flight once again coming in clutch there, allowing us a bunch of stuff. Balls of steel pill again. Another one makes you larger. We could once again go for the Stompy transformation, but it's not great. I mean, it's fine, but it's mostly something I do for fun. But with the pickaxe as well, we definitely do not need any more ways to destroy rocks, I suppose. It did seem to make us a little bit safer against the explosion, or the spiky rocks rather, not explosion related, even slightly. But I don't think I'm gonna bother. I'd rather just be somewhat regular sized, I suppose. And I think I could just blow up these poops without any real repercussions because of the Scatol. So I think I will just do that. It will create those little gray flies, I suppose, but that's not really a problem. And the poop trinket is still pretty effective on this floor, so I will just keep that for a little bit, I suppose. I'm hoping our Devil Deal is going to have something good, but really anything I could spend 1 heart on is good enough for me at this point. Almost not even hoping for the dead cat right now, because that will set our hearts back to 1, unless I can also immediately use that heart, I suppose. Now with the pickaxe, I can, for free, just go into my item room, so I'd rather do that. And the bird's eye is great, so hopefully we can get our luck up a little bit. And then we can start shooting a large quantity of flames once more, and we have seen the effectiveness of flames in the past, and I'd like to live that life once more. There we go. And let's just find a super secret room right here. This could have something good in it, but I think I'm good. Let's check if our shop has anything. We have the card reading item, which is definitely not bad. I think I will just take that. Makes life a little bit simpler. And what floor are we on? We're on Catacombs 2. We haven't seen greed yet, so I will just put a couple of coins in my donation machine. The black candle being unlocked is wonderful. So definitely not unhappy with that. I think I will just get another luck up because we put a certain amount of coins in our machine, and therefore, fortunately this time, got some extra luck, and hopefully it's going to create a little bit more flames along the way, which are dealing decent damage, as you can see right here. So far, I'm feeling pretty confident that the Bethany unlock is probably going to happen. Didn't get a devil deal, unfortunately, but we did get another luck up, which I'm happy with. There is, I think, a 100% chance that we're going to get a devil deal on this floor now. Plus, we can use one of these teleporters to either go into my item room or my secret room. And since the secret room is basically free, I'd rather do this. This is not bad, but I don't love it. However, I don't have the money to reroll right now. So I'm going to just go on a little adventure to see if we can get some more money. And hopefully we can maybe reroll that a little bit. I mean, I could take it just to show it off, I suppose. And it is part of the conjoined transformation, but I don't have any other parts of it yet. I'm just going to take it. Why not? Now, every time we kill an enemy, there's going to be a little familiar popping up and doing familiar related things. And we're going to have a whole bunch of little friends throughout the room that way. There is greed, which is exactly what I was worried about when I started putting all my coins in the donation machine on the previous floor. And I am not unhappy that I did. And there is the secret room. Plus I'm happy that I ended up... This sentence is going somewhere, I promise. That is Guppy's collar. I was happy about something and I've genuinely forgotten what it was. But just know that I'm happy about it. And I probably still am once I remember what it is. And with that, I'll simply move on. It's like that sometimes when you're trying. There is a power pill, which is not bad combined with Midas's touch. So I'm just going to turn all these into gold, I think. Turn them all into a whole bunch of money. Not really the best use of the power pill, I suppose. Also, the pickaxe doesn't work against flames, as it turns out, so that's a little unfortunate, but not entirely unexpected. And I guess we can put some coins in here as well. Could have used this money to re-roll the item, but it is kind of a nice visual effect when it does happen. Plus, we get another luck up. Our donation machine has jammed, so we cannot put anything else in there, but I'm kind of tempted to blow up the skulls, because I do have the pickaxe capability available. But I kind of want to clear the room first before I do so. But they can contain black hearts, and black hearts are just always a nice thing to have. Somewhere along the line I picked up a red heart as well, so that's why my damage isn't as good as it once was. But that's okay. I think we are doing fine so far, even with slightly lower damage. We are getting a devil deal, and this is pretty good if we get some more money back. My shadow isn't that good, so I will just leave that for now, maybe another time. And since we teleported back into that room, we would have to open up a chest for the challenge room to start once again. And I don't think the gray chest is really worth it, although the money that I could get out of it might increase our damage a little bit because of money equals power. So it wouldn't be the strangest idea in the world, but I, truth be told, cannot really be bothered with it right now, so instead I will just move on. Not really sure what I've missed in my floor just yet. Accidentally just grabbed my pickaxe there against this boss, who is also weak against basically all of our attacks, so I don't think that's particularly worthwhile. Also curious if I could destroy this without taking damage. Oh, you can actually, the range is big enough, so that's, I guess, good to know. Not really sure what I'm going to do with this information yet, but it will probably be effective somewhere along the line. Now, we still have our super secret room to find. That's really about it. After that, it's just boss room. My health is good enough. I kind of wish I could have some way to remove our devil deal chance. But unfortunately, we simply do not have that luxury right now. So we are going to get a devil deal and have lower percentage chance on the next floor, unfortunately. Which is a shame. I wouldn't mind getting a devil deal on our next floor because it would mean potential for, once again, a Guppy transformation. But I'm not really expecting the Guppy to happen until we're a little bit further into the game, I suppose. We have a couple more floors available to pick from and stuff like that. I think I will blow up that beggar because 3 coins isn't really going to cut it, unfortunately. Isn't going to change our devil deal chances, but it is what it is. Adversary, let's just pickaxe him a couple times. Didn't really try to not take damage from that attack there, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta play the power move game instead of the smart game, and that's exactly what we're doing today. I could take my shadow, I suppose, with the meat and then still have the damage up as well, so I guess I'll just do that. It occasionally is going to spawn some things. I think when I take damage, I didn't even read the description. I just know it's not very good. Which, yeah, that's good enough for me. Once again, could go into my secret room through the portal, but I think I will once again pick the item room instead for a plague shot, spore shot rather. Which is not a bad item at all. So, pretty happy about that. That is more or less going to guarantee that we'll be having the power to kill our bosses. Still wouldn't mind a little bit more range, I suppose. But with what we have plenty of damage and good stuff to go around to destroy whatever may come our way. I feel, does the plague shot happen more with luck as well? I wouldn't be overly surprised, and our luck is pretty decent. 4 luck is not a terrible number at all, so not too disappointed. I will just pickaxe these enemies, I think, because I'm scared of them. And we can get 5 bombs over there from the remote detonator, which is pretty nice. Another red chest leading to some bombs, which... not really getting the best curse room so far. We got one, which was pretty good, and I suppose we'll just have to make do with that. But preferably, I wouldn't have minded something a little bit more impressive than that. This is our starting room, and we already look for a secret room there. I don't really want to spend the money to go into my arcade right now, so if I can get a free way to get in there, that would be nice, but doesn't look like it, unfortunately. So I guess I'll just do this then, because I would like to blow these up. Blow up all of them, one of them for the devil deal chance and the other for some potential money as well. We get a dime, which is quite a lot of extra damage actually with the money equals power. So once again, everything is working out the way I would like it to. Let's just do as much damage as we can to these silly little pins. They're not really going to be too dangerous when you're above a hole because they usually don't bother. Which is nice. There is the Joker card, which I will once again keep for the room 2 floor to guarantee that we can go to Satan. So that is working out wonderfully so far. That is actually 5 runs that we've done, and all 5 of them have gone to the Satan boss fight, even though we haven't even guaranteed that yet. So that's fairly unlikely, I would say. Arguably, it might also be good to just use it in a floor somewhere to get the devil deal items, but I am pretty happy with what we have going on. We haven't found our secret room yet, and there is Super Greed, which guarantees we are not going to get a greed fight in our shop. I don't understand how those tears didn't hit me, but I will fully accept it and simply move on with my life. Right now I'm just doing the extra floors to hopefully get maybe a lucky penny or a luck up pill or something like that. Maybe get some extra hearts as well, but other than that I really have no expectations of the remaining rooms, I suppose. Could look for my super secret room here and there as well, but it is likely to be near my boss room or something like that. And we did get some extra... and we actually got a lucky penny as well, so fair enough. It actually worked out to actively be looking for that. But yeah, I'm expecting the super secret room to be... either, well, basically just close to the boss room, really. That's the only place I'm currently expecting it. That gives us extra curse rooms per floor, which is fine, but not really from this point on, I suppose, because we're going to be going into a place where we're going to take 1 full heart of damage every time we go into, or leave a cursed room, rather. So I'd rather not bother with that. I will check out this room real quick for the super secret room, because it was roughly the distance between the boss and the shop as well, so it seemed like a good candidate for it being the correct one. But with that, let us do our mom fight. Hopefully we're going to get a devil deal with that 45% chance. Aquarius is doing a little bit of damage to mom here, which is wonderful. And before you know it, this boss fight is over. We actually did get a devil deal. We get a little bit more tear rate, which is always good. We could get spectral tears if we so desired, or the nail. Is this enough for the transformation? I don't know if Whore of Babylon counts for Leviathan. It didn't. That's kind of unfortunate. I guess I'll take the nail instead of the that item right there, the pickaxe instead, because it gives us a little bit more health if we clear the floors, I suppose. It's part of the Leviathan transformation, so if we get 1 more, that would be nice. We only have the choice for the secret room right now, so I guess I will take that. try and get another devil deal by blowing up the shopkeeper right here. And leave. This floor looks to be pretty big from the look of things. I can't see my starting room anymore, and that's really the only thing I'm basing it off of. So occasionally I saw like an ice projectile, which might be one of the babies, or it might also just be... I don't know what it possibly could be. The downside of no longer having the pickaxe, I suppose, as well, is not being able to blow up just a whole bunch of rocks in the hope for a whatchamacallit, a thingy-mabobber, a trapdoor, which hopefully would give us some extra items as well, but that's fine. Hopefully a super secret room somewhere over here. We made it pretty far into the floor by simply teleporting to our secret room, so that's kind of nice. But it is Blast Assist, not really the most difficult fight in the world when you have flames, because it more or less destroys the boss before you know it. We have Plague Shot. We really have a lot of things that deal damage to bosses, so that's working out rather well. Unfortunately, no Devil Deal. I could have looked around a little bit more to maybe get a beggar to blow up or something like that. There might still be a red chest somewhere on this floor as well, which could teleport us into the Devil Deal. That might be worth looking for. Another luck up. Our luck is 6, which is pretty absurdly high. So that's kind of nice, I suppose. And our speed is at this point so high that even when we use the nail, we are not getting the slowdown out of it. So all in all, I would say this build is adequate. I kind of want to look for more guppy items simply because we found one piece already. But at the same time, we're only going to get one more Devil Deal. And it isn't going to contain a guppy item at all. So I don't think I'm going to bother. I think I will just move on, run into that thing to get that friend to spawn. That was the reason. And with that, I will just go to the womb too. And try and finish this run as quickly as I can. Once again, teleport into my secret room. Maybe destroy a shopkeeper indeed to get that chance of a Devil Deal on this floor so we can use our Joker card on the next floor. Our secret room was right next to the start pretty much this time around, so we didn't get a nice and short floor because of it. But overall, I was genuinely surprised when it did work out that way previously, so I'd say the odds of that are not exactly high. And I can't really complain about it either. Overall, I can't really complain about this entire run so far. It's been very lucky in many ways. The fact that I have 6 luck with luck-related items is fantastic. Usually you either get one or the other. So, overall, I'd say that this run is adequate enough, honestly. Really, still the only thing I'm sort of missing is range, but... I mean, we're managing so far. The amount of damage we're doing is more than making up for the low range that we currently have, so... what can you do about it? Other than look actively for pills and such to increase our range, I suppose. And I've kind of just given up on that instead. Choosing to just complete the run as quickly as possible at this point. So I could have tried a little harder on that, I suppose. Shame we didn't see more synergies with Aquarius, I suppose. Because I am curious what kind of synergies you can get with that. But I assume there's a couple which would probably be okay. I'm basing this on effectively nothing because, again, I don't really know the synergies that well. You know, it would be nice to see. This is a lot of garbage on, on the art right there. Didn't even get a Devil Deal, so... yeah, fair enough. I guess I will just Joker into that then. So we will not get any more Devil Deal items, but that's okay. We should unlock Bethany at this point because we didn't die. Everything is terrible, so everything's a little harder. We got the Rat Baby, which is a co-op character. And we got Bethany, who is a pretty interesting character, actually. Does this take us to our boss room instantly? Because that would actually save a lot of time. Wow, that was pretty lucky. Don't always get that portal, so fair enough. I will use my nail once I've taken damage, I think. Because that would be preferable. For now, just gonna shoot large quantities of flames and slow down and other such goodness into Satan. And then I guess we'll just call it a day. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this run went. And if we could just have all runs go like this, that would be nice. But we did just unlock everything as terrible, which is going to make the subsequent runs of this game a little bit more difficult. I don't know exactly what differences it makes, but I think it's mostly just that you have more chances of curses, and I don't know if it changes anything about the rooms that you're facing either, but there probably is some overall nastiness that you're going to have to deal with from that point on. But with that, let us just jump into this chest and end it. I did, I think, previously say that this wasn't the Satan ending, but I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, this is the same thing again, so I'm not really sure what I was talking about there. We unlocked the broken ankh for something. We unlocked the negative, which is actually pretty interesting because that does mean that if we go to Satan once more, we can actually go to the next floor as well, the dark room. That gives us a little bit more options. However, we are still at the point where our mom kill amount is 5, so we still need luck to actually get into Satan and that area right there. That was very well worded. Anyway, the fact that we have the negative at 5 mom kills is extremely unlikely. Not really extremely, I suppose, but it's fairly unlikely. This is the luckiest you can be, I guess, in terms of unlocking the negative. So, pretty happy with that. But with that, I will just call it a day. I hope you've all enjoyed it so far. Next time we play, I might just do a run as Bethany to see where we can go. Although, the odds of actually going to Satan at that point will maybe be a little bit lower because of it, but we'll see that next time, I suppose. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll see it next time, and I hope to see you all there. Bye-bye.